All right. So today we have Annette Lahn in the building. Annette has crushed it in PTBI. She started the program while she was in college, finished her last semester while she was building her business, and graduated college without having to get a 9 to 5. She's now full-time coaching online, and you have a lot to teach. I know you crushed it with a few challenges, so I definitely want to dive into that. But let's go ahead and just dive into your story. Who are you? Where are you from? Give us a little bit of a backstory.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Annette. I am from originally Minnesota, but went off to college in Arizona just to like get a different feel for life, kind of expand my horizons. And I feel like I did just that. Didn't really know exactly what I wanted to go to school for. Never really found my passion until I started to really get serious in the gym, kind of post COVID. I mean, I graduated high school in 2020, so definitely had a different high school, early college experience, and really found myself valuing the gyms when they opened up again. And hired my own coach one day just because I was ready to really learn, really get specific, and fell in love with it and just fell in love with learning, and then helping those around me, whether it be my friends or my family. I always was like, sure, I'll make a workout plan for you, or like, let's talk nutrition, or I want to teach you what a macro is. Just found myself really being passionate. And then sat down with my coach one day and she was like, I think you should be a coach. And I was like, that is a very high honor coming from her. And I was like, okay, how? And she mentioned she went through PTBI, and is an incredible coach herself, has a very successful business, is just like a walking testament to what I would want to be as a coach. And she didn't gatekeep a thing from me. She was like, this is exactly what I did. This is exactly who helped me, set me up with Zakk. And I got to know him, hopped on a few calls with people, and just was like, why wait? My biggest plan was to graduate college and then maybe look into it and be like, yeah, I feel like, post grad would be a great idea. Like that would be something that I would really like. And I didn't think that I could do it and go to school. But PTBI literally made it so easy. They gave me all of the tools in the world to help me, literally build my business to be full time by the time I graduated, which is exactly what they told me could happen. So it took me, I mean, 6 months. I started last December. And yeah, within 6 months, I'm working full time as a coach, graduated college, and this is my job. And it's amazing. And I really could not have done it without PTBI. So,
I love it. I love it. So much to unpack here. Let's go back to college. So you went to ASU, correct?
yes.
What did you decide to go into school for? Was fitness always something that you wanted to do? Were you going in for something else and fitness struck you out of the blue? Like what was that? What was that journey like?
Yeah. So I think fitness was a hobby. I didn't think it was like going to be my job someday. Definitely is not what I went to school for. I went to school for digital marketing. So kind of in the same realm. And they ended up going hand in hand, but yeah, never really thought that I could be successful in the fitness industry, with the route I was going down, but again, was able to get certified and literally go hand in hand with what I was learning in school, along with obviously help from you guys. But yeah, it was never really the plan.
That makes so much sense because I see your stories and they're so well designed, and it makes sense that you have a digital marketing background because I'm like that creativity doesn't just come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Um,
I was learned.
So what made you decide to hire an online coach for yourself? I feel like, the traditional route is people go hire a personal trainer and, get sessions in person. So where did you learn about online coaching? What made you decide to hire an online coach for yourself? What was that like?
Yeah, so she was actually she was in my sorority, 4 years older than me. So she was a senior when I was a freshman, and I always just kind of watched her stuff, was very intrigued by her training, but I never really knew that online coaching was a thing. I was like, how are you an online coach? Like, how does that even work? And I really resonated with it because I didn't feel like I needed the guidance in the gym. Like, I didn't think I needed someone standing next to me, teaching me, holding my hand through the workouts. I felt like I could get there. I could do the workout. I just needed someone to tell me what to do.
Mhm.
I was like, what I'm doing right now isn't working. I started to be like frustrated. I was like, I feel like I'm spending so much time in the gym, feel like I'm eating well, but I'm not really seeing the results I wanted to. And then looking more into online coaching, just the well-roundedness, I think of it. It was so much more than just a workout. She helped me in the mindset department with nutrition. Like I just felt like it was total wellness encompassing, and just like really honed in on exactly what I was looking for. That was a lot more than just like a workout plan that I could find on TikTok. It was really like someone there to be my voice of reason and to just really keep me motivated in like all aspects of my life.
Yeah, that's great. I was just going to ask, what was your experience like as a client? Because I feel like a lot of personal trainers are hesitant to make the jump into online coaching because they don't feel like their client is going to get enough value. So for you, hiring an online coach, what was that experience like as a client, and why did you hire an online coach versus doing workouts for free on TikTok?
Yeah, I think honestly, it just came down to customization and like the individuality of having a coach. I mean, you can follow someone's what I eat in a day workout split all day on TikTok. And until you really get specific, I think I just hit a point of frustration where I was like, I want someone to work specifically with me. And then yeah, just fell in love with the way that it worked as a client and knew that literally what she was doing for me was worth every penny, was so much more than I thought I was going to invest in. And she like genuinely changed the course of my life. And I knew that if I was able to do that and like be the person she was for me, I found my passion for sure.
I love that. And at what point did you decide that, hey, I kind of want to do this myself for other girls as well? And ultimately pretty much abandon the path that you set out for college and be like, okay, this is my new path. Like what was that decision like?
Yeah, so I mean, I started working with her in March, and by May or June, and I mean, I'm type A perfectionist. Like if you tell me what to do, I'm going to do it. And she would get to my check-ins every week and just be like, Annette, like you did it. I don't really have much to say. Like you did exactly what I told you to, whatever. And I was like, is that not normal? Like I don't. And
You'd
she
be
was like,
surprised.
it, and I came to find out quick. Um, but she was like, yeah, I mean, you seem like you know what you're doing. Do you even need me? And I was like, of course I need you. And she was like, well, I'm not in the space to hire an assistant coach, but if I were, like, you would be someone I would hire. And I just kind of was like, what do you like? I didn't think I had a gift or, a passion for it until I saw the way that I was executing her program and the way that I felt about it was kind of rare.
Hmm.
Um, and so her just really like that lit a fire under me. And then for the next couple of months, I just kind of toyed with the idea, looked around, kind of looked into different mentorships. Obviously, found PTBI through her and just really kind of watched what you guys were doing and thought like I think I would really really resonate with this, and started to yeah get super passionate about it. So I just decided like am I going to follow a cookie cutter life that I, kind of set out for, something that felt really comfortable, or am I going to like take the leap and do something that I'm passionate about? And so I was like, you know what? I would rather do it and fail than wonder what would happen if I would have just went for it.
I love it. Yeah, and if obviously you've been a massive success, what was it like talking to your parents and being like, "Hey, I'm gonna, do this thing, start this business, and maybe not get a job after this"? Like, what was that conversation like?
Yeah, I mean, my parents have been insanely supportive through everything I've ever done. Um, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just the like, what are you talking about? Like, I think their generation, and especially my dad, he's not on any form of social media, really not into that kind of stuff. And so I think for him, it was just like, you can make money doing that. Like, are you sure? Are you going to be like asking me for money for the rest of your life? Like, are you sure you can get a job? And so I think just, I mean, they believed in me and that really allowed me to be successful. And I knew that I could kind of go all in. And if I needed to fall back on something, they would be there for me. So I think that was a really big turning point for me, just having my whole family's support and like believing that I could truly do what I wanted to.
I love it. I love it. Now, talk to me about your first few months in PTBI. I'm sure that there's probably some limiting beliefs that you had to break through, some scary skills that you had to build, getting on sales calls for the first time. What was that like for you?
Yeah, I think it was literally a full personal development, that I really didn't see coming. I thought, oh, like I make friends pretty easily, like I have good relationships with people around me, but I never took the coach, positioning in a lot of things. And so I think, joining PTBI, learning that kind of what I was going through was really normal, I think was super helpful for me because I thought how am I cut out for this? Like I can't get on a sales call. I'm not confident. Like, and just really realizing that most every coach had to go through similar things that I did in the transition of getting on a sales call and knowing that what I'm doing and what I'm asking girls to let me help them with is a place of care, and a place that I want to see them help themselves. So I think that was really telling for me that, I really care about people around me. And so it just kind of all lined up. And then launching my business within a month of being a part of the program, literally coming in with nothing, like tell me what to do. I have nothing set up, was insane. I was like, how is this even happening? How is this real life? So I think just those mindset shifts, and now, again, being full time is like, I really look back and I'm like, I did not think I would change the way that I have since starting.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Did your business start off on the foot that you expected it to? Did it start off with a bang? Did it start off slower than you thought?
Honestly, I think it started off like I think it started off better than I expected. I thought I might have to, I had like inbound warm leads literally waiting for me to launch my business, which was, I know, like I had people telling me, oh, I'd love for you to, make a workout program for me or help me with my nutrition. But you know what it's like to have friends or family who just kind of expect that.
Mhm.
So I think people that were literally waiting, ready to pay for my services was like, whoa, people trust me. Like this is crazy. So I think it took off on a good note. And I think ever since then, I've really been super proud through like the lulls and the highs and everything. Like I think it's all just kind of worked out as it should with timing and graduating and everything. I'm really proud of what it's become.
I love it. What was the moment where you realized, holy shit, this is working and I can actually do this? And like I don't have to after school, after I graduate, I can just pretty much do this. But what was that like?
Yeah, I think the moment that I first realized that was when I launched my first challenge. I think I really wanted to just get girls in the door. I was like, let me just show you. I know people are hesitant. Like, I just want to help as many girls as I can. So I launched my first challenge February, so 2 months into joining PTBI, and I had like 32 girls sign up, and I was like, what? Like, you're telling me 32 girls are out there watching my stuff, wanting to be a part of my program, wanting to, do a challenge. And I think the moment that it happened was literally when I asked everyone to do intros in the group chat, and like just my phone blowing up with girls from all over the country, like from Boston to the West Coast to literally everywhere, just like, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah from here. And, I've been watching Annette for months on social media and I just wanted to be a part of this. I think that really gave me the confidence that like, this is what I meant to do.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Well, what kind of advice would you have for someone who is just getting started? Maybe they're, in your old shoes where, they're getting started, but like they're not quite, they don't exactly have the belief that this will pay off yet. And they're kind of in that transition phase where they're changing, on the inside and out. What kind of advice would you give them?
I think the biggest advice I would give them and, myself at the beginning of this was, I think a limiting belief I didn't mention was the thought of what other people think about me.
Mm,
Posting on social media was terrifying. I wanted to throw my phone in a blender and be like, I never want to watch this back ever again or hear my voice ever again. And I think I finally just made the decision that like people are going to say something no matter what you do, no matter if you're happy, you're sad, you're doing the most or doing the least, everyone's going to have something to say. And all that matters is that you impress and make yourself proud. And that is exactly what I chose to do. I was like, this is what lights me up. So I think, for anyone that's struggling with what people might be saying about them or posting online, and just realizing that no matter what you do, you're always going to have people doing, whatever they want about your life and your story. So just writing it. And I think another big turning point for me was attending the retreat last March. Sorry. Okay, now
yeah,
I'm like,
March.
yeah,
No,
I just
February. No, March. I
March.
don't
Okay.
remember. Yeah,
March.
yeah, it was sometime
March.
in there.
Okay. Yeah. So I think another big life change for me was attending the PTBI retreat in March, and getting to talk to other coaches and finally changing my point of view on wanting other people's validation versus accepting my own, and realizing that now people are coming to me and want to be a part of my program. So I just think believing in yourself and realizing that you're your best project and you're your greatest success, and everything that you could do was really what changed everything. And I'm completely a different person than I was when I started this program. And I really do owe all of it to PTBI for sure.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're going to see you at the retreat in Vegas, which is going to be freaking epic. I'm super excited about that. Um, Another question for you. I had it on the top of my head. I'll need to edit this out as well. Um, oh, what was how's the experience inside PTBI been overall from the course material, from the coaching, from the community? Is it what you're expecting? Is it more than you're expecting? Give me some insight as to what it's been like for you as a student.
It literally exceeded all my expectations. I think going into it, I was kind of expecting more of just like, here, this is how you set it up. Um, but the support, like I think that's something that I never saw coming, and the friendships. Like me and my success coach Katha, we are like best friends now, and she's so much more than just like a business mentor. I think I never saw that coming, and just the dedication that she gives my business and the fact that she wants to see me succeed and will bend over backwards to help me in any place. Like I find myself never being in a situation where I feel alone or I feel like I don't have the answer. I think everyone that's been a part of PTBI, mentor included, my peers included, everyone's just looking to be successful and help each other be successful. And everyone wants to share the things that they've learned and the things that help them grow. And it's just a really positive community that I did not expect the community portion to be how it is. And then again with like the course material, it was like, this is exactly what you need to do. Like just do this. And that helps people like me who are a little indecisive and like, I don't know what's gonna work. Like, I don't know what to do. Sometimes I just need people to just be like, do this, and I'll be like, got it, done. So yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. What's been the biggest win so far? You've been in the program for about 7, 8 months, I would say. What's been the thing that's been like, wow, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously like objectively, my first 7K month in April. So I launched my business end of December. So January, for 4 months in, I hit my first 7K, which was insane. I was not expecting that. So I think that was a huge win and just like a boost of confidence. But I think just the quality of coaching from when I started to where I am now is my biggest like pride. The results that I'm able to get these girls and the way that I'm able to show up for them because I have the things in place that make my job, that much easier to keep track of everything, and just like the back end things that I would have never been able to do and like set up alone, um, allows me to put my time and energy into my clients and into those relationships versus, things that don't require, you know, as much attention as they might have if I didn't have kind of the roadmap to do so. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. What's next? What are the goals for the rest of the year?
I think, I've said my goal for the rest of the year would to be oh my God. I think what I've said since the beginning would be to hit a 10K month by month 12. So, on the up and up, keep signing girls, keep reaching out, keep, expanding my coaching and knowing that I'm doing it out of, you know, the want to help other people and to see other women succeed because of the environment I'm coming from. Being in PTBI, it's so contagious to be a part of a group of people that genuinely want to help each other. So creating that community inside my own program, and obviously scaling to be able to continue this forever, which I never thought I would be able to do.
I
So it's
love it.
super.
Okay, last question. What advice would you give to someone who is on the fence about joining PTBI?
Do it. Literally do it. I I know what it's like. I'm so indecisive. I was like, well, I don't know. Like life is never going to give you the perfect time. Like life is not going to hand it to you on a silver platter of like, here, follow your dreams. You have to have some grit and like a little bit of bravery to just be like, I'm going to take it by the bull by the horns, if you will, and do it, and not just settle for comfortable and not just settle for what life hands to you. You got to go get it. And if you have that determination, I think PTBI will give you every single direction that you need to go to be successful. They don't give up on people. And I think everyone can be successful going through this program. Like they will give you every single tool you ever need. And so if you're on the fence, you have to take the leap. You have to do it. I
Oh,
recommend it 1,000,000%.
perfect. Annette, thank you so much for your time. Where can people find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Annette Lane with two N's at the end. Yeah, Instagram, TikTok, all the things.
Beautiful. Annette, thank you.
Thank
Peace.
you, Zach.